Is a blue cloud a surefire alien spaceship or just a light effect from the sun?
Which state is the biggest fan of all things paranormal?
Are aliens siphoning the star energy to feed their appetite?
All of that and more coming up on May 2024's Bizarre News. Welcome to Bizarre News.
Hello, I am Charlie.
And I'm Tyler. And
this is your anchors.
This is interesting. This
is
different. I like it though. This is a segment that has been part of our Patreon for a long time, but we thought that maybe y'all would like it too. I'm going to drink my coffee like they do on the morning news.
And we have some great stories. We have 5 stories for you today.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea if news anchors drink coffee because I don't watch the news.
I think they do.
But I got some stories for you. You have some stories for you.
I have a couple.
Are you ready to get started?
Yes, please.
Let's jump into our first news story. Let's head over to Turhal, Turkey. As if a 5.6 magnitude earthquake wasn't enough to shake things up, eyewitnesses were left in awe and disbelief when a mysterious cluster of luminous objects lit up in the sky. And by objects, we certainly mean aliens. The seismic event, which occurred approximately 25 miles from Turhal and 481 miles east of Istanbul, struck around 6:10 p.m. on April 18th. Despite just being 6 miles deep, the tremor was widely felt throughout the area. As night fell, locals were astonished to witness a mesmerizing display in the darkened sky. One local captured this extraordinary scene, which you can see on my right if you're watching on video. The unexpected appearance of these unidentified flying objects in the wake of the earthquake left observers feeling a little captivated and very baffled, sparking intense speculation about their nature and origin. But folks, the important thing to remember is after an earthquake, just go outside and look up at the sky. And they definitely were not geese or seagulls. Charlie, what say you?
At least they didn't say it was Mars or Venus.
Or Venus.
Or some
any other
planets.
They look a little like birds.
I wonder if they were actually spaceships, or I wonder if they were like ships from the military.
I think they might have been animals with wings, but
interesting.
But it's also like, where did this light come from? How, like, is there just a light shining down on these things flying around in the sky? I don't know. I've never been to Turkey, but if I do go, I hope I get to see a UFO after an earthquake.
Interesting. Yeah, the seismic event, right? So it came after an earthquake.
Yeah, the aliens deep inside Hollow Earth were a little shook.
That's what I was thinking.
They decided to leave.
At 1 a.m. in famous Quincy, Massachusetts, a Redditor asked others on Reddit if they've also seen the neon blue cloud outside of this small town and what it could be. Many thought the blue cloud was a, poorly, hidden alien ship. Although this event did align with a huge solar storm recently reported in North America that was seen in most American states, the Aurora Borealis, and Exotic Scarcity 7302 added on Reddit, Aurora Borealis was much of the northern United States, and we were getting hit with a huge geometric storm. Although some have made the argument that this has been a pattern, and this has been seen 5 years ago. This strange light effect has been confusing the folks of Massachusetts for years. It's a blue cloud.
Yeah. If this is stumping the fine folks at Harvard, I don't know how we're going to figure it out. I will say, I saw the Aurora Borealis here in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
So if that was some altered genetic HARP stuff, it's worth it.
Maybe that's what it was. But here's the thing. It's also moving quickly.
Yes.
It moves fast. Like the cloud
like a cloud.
Quicker than a cloud would.
Are you sure? Based on the still image, I'm not sure how fast it was moving.
There is a gif of it.
I see.
But also, it feels like the main character of Dragon Ball Z, he rides a cloud. It's like that. It's like that fast.
Oh.
And you don't get it, but many do.
I see. All right, let's head to West Virginia. Much like Ant Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Mothman has fought relentlessly to bring his team state to paranormal heights. A study conducted by Jeff Bett has unveiled that West Virginia stands as the epicenter of paranormal curiosity in the United States. The research indicates that the mountain state boasts an astounding 403 searches per 100,000 inhabitants each month, a figure that significantly surpasses the national average of 241 searches. What's going down in them country roads? Is it obvious that West Virginians have powerful fascination with the strange and unusual based on their most frequently searched terms, which include spirit box or ghost hunting or cold spots? So now the question is, you're curious, does your state come in second? Probably not. Unless you're from Alaska, then you'd be correct. Which state comes in last? That would be Mississippi. They're too busy trying to get online sports betting legalized outside of casino limits so they can actually bet on Ant and the Minnesota Timberwolves to beat the Dallas Mavericks. So, West Virginia, it doesn't surprise me.
I don't trust anything from the Appalachian Mountains. Mountains.
Appalachia.
However you say it.
Throwing them apples at
It's
you.
scary.
I totally understand this. There's not that much going on. And this is coming from someone in Ohio. There's not that much going on. A lot of hills, fog, dark nights, not like Batman. And, it's an easy place to stir up some paranormal thoughts. So I understand it.
Paranormal thoughts is a good way to put it.
Also, I don't want to misconstrue my beliefs based on that story. I'm rooting for the Dallas Mavericks.
Wow. Go Mavericks. Scientists may have identified not just planets around distant suns. They may have found signs of hyper-intelligent beings. 7 stars in the Milky Way galaxy may be hosting something called a Dyson sphere. Now, it's not just a vacuum. A Dyson sphere is a theoretical scientific device that could harness the energy from stars or even black holes and let advanced civilizations use that energy. Scientists are not totally sure, but these spheres may host entire hyper-advanced civilizations. The only signature that really could give away these Dyson spheres are wavelengths known as infrared exercise emissions, IEEs. And that is what the scientists hunting these spheres have been looking for recently. Now, the next step is to use even more powerful telescopes, like the James Webb, to try to visually find a Dyson sphere. Now, it's not just a vacuum cleaner. I made that joke already, but you know what? That's okay. What do you think of these Dyson spheres?
I have no idea. I do not feel advanced enough to comment
it's
on
like
this.
It's like a Death... Oh, God. What's a Death Star?
The Death Star?
Yeah, it's like the Death Star. It's like a giant... Or even the Planet Killer from the newer ones. The newer Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
But it goes around these suns and these harnesses their energies. So these aliens can live. Maybe they're growing crops. Maybe they're just living their lives. It's kind of like the Wall-E ship.
Oh. So they're trying to be self-sufficient, but they're just draining life from everywhere else.
Well, I mean, it's just like they're like right up on the sun. It's like that super intense solar panels.
They're just like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else could it be? Or what else could be going on?
Well, they found these IEEs around these 7 suns. Scientists argue they might just be planets.
Just boring old planets.
Could be, but there's been arguments that these are the signs of hyper-intelligent aliens.
In a startling discovery that sent ripples through the Bigfoot enthusiast community, a hiker believes he may have stumbled upon the elusive creature's tracks during a recent trip through the wilderness. The encounter occurred when the hiker caught a glimpse of something very large in his peripheral vision, prompting him to investigate further. If this were a horror movie, he'd probably either be dead or in his underwear. Or both. The hiker carefully documented his findings by capturing images of foot-shaped indentations alongside his own foot for scale. Eager to share his discovery with like-minded individuals and clearly supplement content-starved paranormal bloggers and podcasters, he took to the Bigfoot Reddit page to seek their expert opinions on whether he had indeed encountered genuine Bigfoot tracks. The hiker revealed that the images were captured in the breathtaking Angeles National Forest near the San Gabriel Mountains, which apparently is known for Sasquatch sightings. A quote from the hiker, quote, "I didn't feel like I was being watched or in danger, but I did certainly feel seen, if that makes any sense at all. This was around 6:30 p.m., and the sun was beginning to set. I also did spot something very large about 50 meters away through some tall vegetation out of my peripheral vision. Then, as soon as I looked that way, I didn't see anything anymore." Unquote. The Bigfoot community appreciates your efforts, anonymous hiker. Also, if you're from the San Gabriel Valley, go check out the MySGV podcast. Not a sponsor, just a plug. What's up, Russell? So what do you think, Charlie? Do you think that this unnamed Redditor hiker found Bigfoot?
Let me just say, if I was Bigfoot,
yes,
I would want to be in the beautiful San Gabriel Mountains.
I've never been, but I'm sure it is beautiful.
California's gorgeous. It's a beautiful place. Wonderful weather.
Yes.
Where else would you don't want to be in the Pacific Northwest. You don't want to do it.
It's a hotbed for people that are looking for you.
I understand why, though. He would be there because you just go a little bit south. It's not that far.
Get some tacos. Smash burgers.
Yes.
Big in LA. I also, just for clarification, that photo that you saw, maybe it'll pop in front of Charlie's face right now. It is a 11.5 US shoe. Like, that's the size of this gentleman's
That's
foot.
not okay. Of the Sasquatch?
No.
It looks kind of like the
Like a Bigfoot.
well, or a basketball player got loose in the California.
Basketball player. You got Shaquille O'Neal running around out there.
Who knows what they have them doing for drills?
He did play for Los Angeles for a very long time. So that is our bizarre news for May of 2024. If you liked this segment, if you're listening on a podcast platform like Spotify, you can comment directly on this and let us know what you think. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to see all of the pictures that we discuss in our face bones, you can comment there too and let us know if you like the stories, what kind of stories. Feel free to email us at believingthebizarre@gmail.com if there's a bizarre news story that you'd like us to cover next month.
And if you are not watching and you're just listening, we will have these photos on Instagram.
Absolutely, and maybe even Facebook.